Gemini, hey there cuties, Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for any placement of Gemini. I'm going to speak to you like you're a Gemini sun, but of course any placement and all cross watchers are welcomed here. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy that you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overarching energy. Anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between, just whomever you have on that sweet little Gemmy brain of yours. Let's get at your love life, babies. Anything you need to know about me, Gemini, you can find in the About section of my channel, as well as on my website, which is linked in the About section of my channel. Here we go. The energy that you bring to the connection is the Three of Swords. The energy the person you have in mind brings is the Two of Wands. And we do have the Seven of Swords in the outcome. I don't know. It just feels like a marriage that is ending, if I'm not going to lie to you. It feels like something is, at least if a marriage isn't ending, I feel like there is something going on within the marriage. It does feel like a lot of love. It does feel like a marriage. It does feel like something hidden. Things that are hidden, feelings that aren't being shared. Deep feelings, for sure. Deep emotion. A lot of that going on here. With the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Moon card, and the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles really makes me feel like this is a marriage with the soulmate, but not necessarily the soulmate that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. We'll get more, okay, Gemini? I love you so much. We're not going to let this freak us out, because a lot of times when we're going through this healing process, this Three of Swords, this needing to heal, it's because we're being called to something great. And so I know it feels like shit at the time. I've been there, done that, and including, like, you know, last week, and like it seems like there's a process of this, these things coming to the surface to be healed kind of for quite some time. And until that happens, until we actually feel that pain and sit and take the time to feel the pain from this Three of Swords energy, I feel like it is going to continuously keep trying to come to the surface to be healed. Now, it comes to the surface, we heal it, we feel it, right? And then there's still some left in there that'll continuously come to the surface as well. But just note that anytime you do spend time feeling and acknowledging your pain, really going, oh yeah, that did hurt. Like, I'm picturing like something from even, you know, childhood memory that you're going, you know, you were taught to suck it up, or everybody goes through shit, right? So that means that none of us should feel the shit we're going through? No, that means that we should all be allowed to honor and feel the feelings that we've gone through, not that we should all write each other's feelings off because we've also been through it. That's kind of like what the logic that's been used is, oh, you don't get to feel bad about that or feel the pain from that because other people have gone through worse things. That's what I'm getting right now, is that you almost have stopped yourself from feeling this pain because you don't want to feel like you're feeling bad for yourself when you know people have been through shit too. The one thing I want people to remember is that our greatest pain is just as deep and as painful as someone else's greatest pain. It doesn't mean they're the same thing, or on a scale, if they were measured, the things that happen to us, what it means is that whatever hurts you the most hurts you the most, and is just as painful as whatever hurts someone else the most, okay? Especially when we're dealing with trauma. There is no trauma that is, oh, well, their trauma was less excruciating than their trauma. No. People are so ishy in that way sometimes, but the reality is when you're going through something painful, it's only we can honor, you know. Unfortunately, we'll listen to other people when they're saying, oh, but you're not starving and living in a third world country, so you should be fine. That's not, you know, the trauma you've been handed, but the trauma you have been handed is valid and needs to be healed as well, okay? Whew, a lot of stuff coming through for y'all. It has been a week since I've done these readings, and this is what always happens. It's like there was messages that needed to come through and I held them in or something. I don't really know. But this broken heart does need to be felt, is all I'm going to say. And then I do feel like you do have some, I feel like you're walking away from somebody, if I'm being honest, that maybe wasn't very forthcoming about their feelings, or you guys weren't forthcoming with each other. I just don't feel like it was meant to be. Whatever you have coming, of course, in your future is going to be all the great things that you've hoped for in your lifetime. But it always requires us healing from the past and letting go of the past. This person seems to be taking action towards something, maybe letting go of this connection, letting go of the past. I don't know what this Seven of Swords is, but we're going to get more, okay? We're going to clarify everything because I could be speculating at this time. You could be walking into a new connection where we're not being forthcoming about our feelings because you're still working on healing from your past connections or your childhood. So we do have the Strength card. The Ace of Swords. So clarity is coming, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. I feel like you're feeling a little bit in the dark is what I'm getting with the Three of Swords, which is an interesting message. I don't always get that on there. Clarity is coming. Communication even is coming, and I don't know that it's from this person in particular. I feel like it might be from the divine, from, you know, thoughts in your own head. Just really, again, we can search all day for answers that we could never find until the moment that we're supposed to have them, and they're basically downloaded directly into our minds as a thought, as a clear thought. Okay, oftentimes we're like, I just can't quite figure this one out, and there's really no way, there's no puzzle piece that is, you know, it is a puzzle piece, but it can only be downloaded through the divine. That type of clarity that I'm talking about right now, they call it an aha moment. That I always get this picture of some guy going, I don't know, I just woke up and I wanted to start this empire and I had this great idea. That great idea is a download from the divine about that man's purpose, right? About that person's purpose here on earth. And I feel like that is the clarity that's coming to you, and not just your purpose on earth, but in this connection is what I'm getting right now. And I do feel like this has been an ongoing situation that you've had to endure. You know, great. You've had to be strong. That sounds very simple, but with the Strength card, it really talks about the of someone who has. What's the right word here? It's like I can't make it big enough for what I'm feeling. Somebody who has avoided at all costs the temptations that have been thrown. Like I'm watching. You in the ocean and getting thrown all of these temptations, these flotation devices that aren't really the ones that are meant for you. It's a weird message, okay? So you've waited patiently, even though you felt like you were going to drown. You waited patiently for the flotation device that was actually meant for you. The other ones were meant for other people. Does that make sense? It's a weird message. But you didn't try to steal anybody else's flotation device. You waited for the one that was meant for you, and you were, you know, very patient in your doings. Okay, this is integrity at its finest. And it looks like it hasn't been, you know, it looks like you've been working your buns off with the Two of Pentacles here as well. Whatever that message is, it's very deep. I'll tell you that. It's again, you'll know what I'm talking about. I hope that analogy works for you. It's about that you had been given other people's opportunities, maybe, and you knew that they weren't for you, so you waited patiently for the opportunities that are for you. And you will be rewarded in every single area of your life for that type of integrity. Again, that is a type of integrity that is very rare, and it's not our faults. We've been taught to take the shortcut in this lifetime. That's real. But even though you've been taught to take the shortcut, you did not. Your person has the Two of Wands, the King of Wands, really could be dealing with a fire sign, the Page of Wands as well, and then we do have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like whoever this is having a hard time letting go of the past. Maybe that's you, maybe that's somebody else. It's hard for me to say at this time. For a lot of you, I feel like this is breaking up with a marriage, and the person that you're breaking up with is having a hard time letting go of you, and that's making it hard for you to leave. Yeah, it still feels that way with the Three of Swords in the outcome. I just do feel like this is going to end in a breakup. Like no matter how long we prolong the situation, I do feel like a lot of you are dealing with a marriage or a long-term relationship that you've been trying to leave, or that's the feeling I'm getting right now. Is this person just feels very committed to you, very sure that you're it for them. I will tell you that if they're not it for you, you're not it for them. There is not one situation in this world where for all the right reasons you're it for them, but they're not it for you, okay? So for whatever reason they can't let go of you is not even if they can't see this, even if you can't see this, it's not for the right reasons. If you know in your heart of hearts that you're not in love with this person and they are having a hard time letting go of you, they're having a hard time letting go of you for the wrong reasons. They are relying on you for things that you shouldn't be responsible for. Woofda. I'm sorry, you guys. This does feel very deep. This does feel like it feels like a very passionate connection with. Like, you also have the Knight of Wands here in the outcome. I feel like you guys have a lot of options, Gemini. I feel like you always do. But I do feel like I don't even feel like that's what's tempting you away from this person. Like I said, I don't feel like temptations have gotten you at all. I feel like you've been very humble and very committed to, very loyal to your own work, your own growth, your own ascension, and I feel like that is, I don't feel like you're trying to leave this person for somebody else. I feel like you're trying to leave this person to find you, or, you know, you've been in that process. And I feel like they're having a hard time letting go. That's just what I'm getting right now. They could be a Sagittarius, a Leo, any fire sign, really. Leo, very strong. We do have Taurus as well. I'm going to get you guys a Power of Love card again. No matter what, leaving or staying with somebody because we feel obligated to them is actually just enabling them to continuously rely on you for things that, again, nobody can be responsible for. We all need to be responsible for our own, what's the right word? Just our own self-worth, our own life, right? We have to have this stability from within us, or we're going to go fairly, unjustly putting that on other people. And I feel like that's what they're doing to you right now. I don't feel like they know it. I don't feel like you even know it. And I feel like you need to know that the truth is that you doing what's best for you is actually going to be what's best for them as well. Detachment. It says you are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Again, you're not looking for that kind of love that we rely on each other and we need each other and that's why we work. You're looking for the kind of love where you've relied on yourselves, you've gained your own strength and wisdom, and you come into this connection because by way of basically by way of fate or by way of serendipitous moment. But again, this one is, I do feel like we're trying to let go of, I feel like you've done a great job of letting go. I feel like that it's breaking your heart watching them not be able to let go of you. And again, that they will be forced to find themselves, and I'm just going to put it like this: you will be forcing them to find themselves and find true and utter happiness in their own life. Of course, they can avoid. No, when it's this strong of a connection, I don't think they'll be able to avoid doing that work. So, I love you so much, you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah.